With the recent Dreams and Nightmares case announcing that CSGO creators would be making 100,000 per skin that they get in the new case, this caused a lot of speculation into what exactly CSGO skin creators were making per skin. Is Valve just taking the easy way out and trying to swindle creators with this $100,000 bounty, or is this actually a reasonable price? Well, today, based on all the information out there, we're gonna try to find out. So as always, just before we get into it, be sure to subscribe if you do enjoy this video and want to see more CSGO content, and check out my sponsor for this video, Skinport. Skinport has 180,000 plus skins on their site, so you can find anything you want, and those skins are usually 20 to 30% off Steam market price. Looking for a new knife? On Skinport, M9 bayonet freehands are only $256, while on Steam it would cost you over $326, so $70 off. And of course, there's no hidden fees or anything like that when you buy. It's always the number on your screen, whether for buying or selling. And if you are looking to sell skins for real money, they only have a 12% selling fee for items under $1,000, and for items over $1,000, that drops off to a 6% selling fee. So be sure to sign up with that link in the description today. Helps me out a lot and helps you save a ton of money. But for now, let's get right into the video. So first, let's actually hear from the skin creators and what they've said about their skins, because these two creators seem to have two completely different payouts from their skins, and I'm gonna figure out why and exactly how much each of them have made. So first, we're gonna start with a creator named ClegFX. This guy has had plenty of CSGO skins accepted into the game, including the CZ75 Red Aster, P250 Sealator, UMP Primal Saber, and AK Point Disarray. So he's definitely more experienced and has been around for a while. So let's see what he has to say exactly.
3 kicks, Philip? No. I'll tell you this, it's way more than that. 40,000 per skin is the old number when CSGO first started. But all I can say is you get way more than that.
So this clip was uploaded on YouTube on May 1st, 2017, a time where the CSGO player count didn't really look anything like it does nowadays, especially during operation times. We doubled the average player count back then during Broken Fang, so saying 40k is a low estimate that only existed when CSGO first came out is pretty crazy and opens the doors to a lot of questions. But before we get into them, let's look at a clip of OwnPixel asking Moonfighter, a creator who recently got the Desert Eagle trigger discipline in the game, about payouts as well.
Is that true, Moonfighter? When you usually create a skin, do you now with the contest get more or less amount of money? Now with the contest you're getting 100k straight into your bank account. What if you can give, I don't know if you can say it. Can you say higher or lower?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Because
you have skin in the game, what you're talking about.
It looks like it's going to be an operation case, right? I have no skins in operation cases, so I have nothing to compare it to as for now.
With the trigger discipline, can you say that? It's higher, right? A lot higher.
I couldn't tell that.
Yeah.
I could say that it's not as good as people might imagine.
So this clip is really interesting as it's kind of the exact opposite as the first one, which is why I wanted to include it. Moonfighter can't go too much into specifics on how much he does make, but he does say that the new case being potentially an operation case gives him nothing to compare it to, presumably because operation cases are unboxed more and more people have them. He also says at the end of the clip that it's not as good as people imagine, so let's try to get a rough estimate. The Desert Eagle trigger discipline has around 219,000 of them in supply in any condition, stat track and non-stat track. So now let's look at the prices for each condition and get an average based on that. For non-stat track on the Steam market, the price averages out to $295 after adding all of their prices together of each condition and dividing by 5 for an average. After that, I did the same thing with stat track versions of gun and got an average of $10.31 on average for a stat track version of the gun sold on the market. But since stat track guns have a 1 out of 10 chance of being dropped and much less people buying them as well, we'll divide that number by 10, get $1.31, and tack that onto the $2.95 from earlier to say that the average Deagle trigger discipline sold on the Steam market is at $4.26. Obviously, this number isn't completely accurate as I don't know the exact percentage of each condition/stat track version being bought and sold on the market, but I feel like this is a good rough estimate. So now, how much of a cut does a skin creator get per sale? Well, if you sell a CSGO skin on the market for $10, you'd get $8.70. We don't know exactly how much of a cut the creator gets, but let's just assume Valve is extremely greedy, takes a 10% cut, and gives the creator the other 3%. If we go back and remember that there's around 219,000 of these in existence, selling at an average of $4.26 on the Steam market each, and then multiplying that by the 3% for the creator's cut, we would get just under $28,000. Obviously, this is a really rough estimate and would assume that all 219,000 of these in existence would have gone through a Steam market transaction. Many of them have gone through multiple market transactions as they go through different owners, but it's simply impossible to get an exact number unless there's a way to see the total of each condition that's sold on the market, which I don't believe is possible. And it also assumes that the creator gets a 3% cut, which we also can't confirm, but I think based on what Moonfighter said, it's very possible this is a rough estimate. We have to keep in mind that the Snakebite case, the case that contains his Deagle skin, has only been in the game for a few months, so this number may seem extremely low, but millions of the Snakebite case are still being unboxed every month, so it's definitely more of a passive income to the creator. So that all aligns well with what Moonfighter says, but what about the first creator that I showed, ClegFX? He said that the pay was way above 40,000, so what's the story behind that? How does that even add up? Well, let's crunch the numbers for it, same way we did with the Deagle. I'll go through it a bit quicker this time though, since you know how I did the math already. The AK point disarray is $17.54 for non-stat track on average on the Steam market and $47.55 average for stat track. But we divide that by 10 and tack it onto the non-stat track, as much less people are buying stat track versions once again, and there's much less supply. So we'll end up with a $22.29 average. Then we see that there are around 193,000 of these in existence. Multiply $22.29 by 193,000 and divide that by 3% for the creator's cut, and we get 129,000 for the creator's payout as of today of that skin. So I think it heavily relies on the tier of skin, since the point disarray is a pink, how many people want it and how many people are going to be buying it off the market, stuff like that, and simply how long the case has been in the game, as I mean hundreds of thousands of cases, even if they're older, are still being unboxed a month, so it's not like your money's just going to fade away after the case has been in game for a few months. But overall, just some really interesting stuff, and that's just my estimate on it. It may very well be low. If anything, I think it's lower than it is higher, but that's just my guess. Maybe a skin creator will see this video and tell me how I don't know how to calculate numbers like a normal human being and that I'm stupid, but I guess we will have to find out and see. Personally, these numbers would make sense to me, and Valve giving $100 flat to the creator of skins would align it, as well as would probably just make it, number one, easier for them and potentially save them money in the long run, especially with an influx in players that will be coming if it is an operation case. So with Valve making it so easy to get cases, if they're going to be using the same drop system as they did with Broken Fang, I think this would honestly make a lot of sense. If it wasn't an operation case, maybe they wouldn't do this $100,000 bounty for each skin, but if it is an operation case, which I think it really is now based off this, I think it does make sense. But overall, those are just my thoughts and predictions on how much a CSGO skin creator makes. Either way, if you've got the talent and creativity to make a CSGO skin, you're going to be coming out with at least a 5-figure paycheck either way, and if you get one in the operation, you'll get that hot and spicy 6-figure $100,000 payout. So if you did enjoy this video, definitely be sure to subscribe. It would help me out a ton, help your boy get to 40K, and of course, check out my sponsor for this video, Skinport. and save yourself a ton of money building your dream inventory. But for now, I'll see you guys next one. Peace.